Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Sunstone, and in today's video we're going to be going over everything that we know so far about mining on Coral Island. This is yet another game mechanic that I am very much looking forward to and that we will actually have access to in the alpha version of the game, which, by the way, releases later today if you're watching this video when it is first uploaded. And if you're watching it later, it's already out, so go check it out. You can still purchase access to it. I will link that in the description of this video. And also, I don't know if you noticed anything different about me. I gave myself a little makeover and decided to equip myself with some of my very own farmer overalls in the spirit of the alpha. So hi, nice to meet you. It's Sarah Sunstone 2.0. Speaking of the alpha, I actually posted a poll last week to see how many of you will be playing this version of the game. Over 30% of you who voted said that you will be joining me in playing the Coral Island alpha, while most of you are actually waiting for the full release. I know there are many reasons as to why many may not be playing the alpha, from not being able to even access it at all since it is exclusive to PC, to perhaps just preferring to wait for early access or the complete game to get the full Coral Island experience. It also looks like some of you have yet to decide whether or not you're gonna play it, so let me know in the comments if you do end up choosing to play. Thank you all so much for participating in this poll, and maybe this will become another fun weekly segment. But without any further ado, let's talk about all things mining. We can see that the mines are located on the upper left corner of the map, outside of Starlet Town, and it is noted that we will be able to reach the mines once we clear a certain area of the forest. At the mines, we will be able to explore a variety of levels, and what seems to be various so-called gates, as it has been stated that for the alpha we will be able to mine 25 levels at the Earth Gate. I'm hoping that this is indicative that there will be additional gates and that each will maybe even follow a different theme reflected in their level design. Maybe these gates will be in keeping with the four elements: earth, fire, water, and air. Based on the trailer, it is possible that the mines may eventually have anywhere up to 65 levels in total and potentially even more. However, it's unclear exactly how the level system will work. We can see an elevator in the trailer that we may need to unlock or restore, and in the mining prototype video we can see what appears to be the main entrance to the mines, as well as an opening through which we can descend, but not before we find it after breaking a rock that is concealing it. In this clip in the trailer, we can see a rope hanging down from above, so this might be the way in which we descend through the levels of the mine until we can use the elevator. If it follows a system similar to Stardew Valley, these ropes might be spawned randomly upon entry to each level for us to find, or we may first need to defeat monsters to unlock them. I'm imagining that there will be certain levels that are required for us to reach before a save point will occur. From there on out, we will most likely be able to return to any previously visited level with the elevator. It can also be assumed that the deeper we go, the more valuable materials and treasures we will have to find and collect. And the monsters will also most likely become increasingly more challenging to defeat. So far we've seen a lava spider and a lava bat, but of course there will be more to discover. When we are at the mine or battling monsters, this is the only time that our health bar will appear on the user interface. We will lose health when hit by attacks, however we can consume edible items or non-poisonous foods to replenish both our health and energy. So it would definitely come in handy to have a few snacks on hand before entering the depths of the mines. The monsters will most likely drop loot once they are defeated that we can collect and sell, or perhaps use in questing or crafting. Now, if you're not big on combat, I have good news for you. There are plans under deliberation to allow players to have this game mechanic disabled. This was noted in the Kickstarter FAQ back in February. Although I haven't personally seen any updates on the matter since, I'm imagining that this is still being discussed and perhaps even implemented at this point. If you do choose to engage in combat and need pointers for fighting monsters, I am more than certain that Kira would be happy to help, as she is a retired huntress who continues to spend her days watching over the mine to make sure there are no monsters on the loose. Thank you, Kira, for your service. We will also be able to purchase and upgrade any necessary weapons from the Sanchez Brothers Blacksmith Shop, which is owned and operated by Rafael and Pablo. I am so excited that this is a part of the alpha because I can't wait to meet these brothers and see how they live. So far, swords are the only weapons that have been confirmed, specifically a crystal sword and a long sword, but I do wonder if there will also be any range weapons, perhaps like a bow and arrow. I think that would be really neat. I'm imagining that we might also be able to craft, upgrade, and purchase various pieces of armor to wear in combat and reduce damages taken from monsters. We might also receive relevant combat items as rewards from completing quests for certain NPCs. I'm honestly most excited just to see the different monster designs they've come up with, especially if they're in keeping with the gate's themes. This could be so cool, and the options are really limitless. But now let's get to the goods. Most of us are likely wanting to enter the mines in order to gather resources, find treasures, and uncover secrets. Well, within each level of the mine, you will be able to break rocks with your pickaxe, and these rocks will release materials and gems that you can collect and use for crafting, building, and gifting. We can presume that the deeper we go and the more valuable the materials become, the stronger our pickaxe will need to be. So for instance, say by level 15 for example, we might need a copper pickaxe in order to break iron nodes. Later on, we may need to further upgrade our pickaxe to an iron pickaxe in order to break silver nodes. Collectible materials will include stone and presumably coal, copper, which I believe we can see in this clip here, along with iron, silver, and gold ores. While crystals or gems so far include emerald, aquamarine, amethyst, topaz, and ruby, which I believe is the crystal shown here. These are the gems that have been confirmed on the wiki, but I really hope that there will be more added eventually. Opal, citrine, shungite, carnelian, lapis lazuli, aventurine. I could go on and on, honestly. I'm such a huge lover of crystals and gems, so I'm a little bit biased, but I definitely think it would be nice to see some more unique stones in this game. It's said that these gems will be used in quests and are great for gifting to NPCs, but I also really hope that there will be unique DIY recipes that we can collect involving crystals. Primarily decor is what I would imagine, like a crystal altar, a standing amethyst geode, an agate lamp, or maybe even some wearable jewelry. These are just a few ideas I have, and I think they would be so amazing, especially for designing the interiors of our houses. I also think that it would be really lovely if the developers were to incorporate some educational aspects of gems into the story. Maybe Ben sends you on a quest for certain healing crystals that he's missing from his collection, or ones that he thinks you might find useful based on a series of simple questions that he asks you, and when you return with the crystals, he will tell you a little bit about their metaphysical properties and how they can be used in everyday life. These are just some of my personal ideas. I don't have any expectations for them to be implemented into the game, but I just wanted to share my thoughts. As always, I never hold back. Now, aside from what I've previously mentioned, it is possible that there will be other scavengeables in the mines that you can collect. For example, I've been playing Sunhaven recently, and there are water and fire crystals that you simply pick up while you're in the mines without having to break any rocks. There also might be assets other than rocks that you can break, such as the crates or barrels that we've seen in Stardew Valley, or the vases that you may have seen in Sunhaven. These would likely release gold and other random materials that you could collect. There are actually 2 crates in this clip from the trailer, so it is possible that these are just decorative assets or they could be breakable. We also can't forget that one of the Kickstarter stretch goals unlocked mini-games for the full release of Coral Island. So while this will likely be to come much further down the line in development, we can look forward to dungeon cart racing in the mines. I'm wondering if this will be a 2D side-scroller style game like Donkey Kong, or a third-person experience like Mario Kart. Regardless, it sounds like it'll be a whole lot of fun, and I'm hoping that we will be able to also play this in multiplayer. Now last but certainly not least, I want to mention the giants in this video, because they are still very mysterious, and we know little about them other than that they will most likely be helping us on our farm. This is entirely pure speculation, but I'm wondering if they live either in or around the mines. I noticed in the developer diaries the following notes: Giants mine theme wall concept, Giant Kingdom and mine level assets, Mine Theme 1 Giant Kingdom walls concept, floor and fountain concept for Giant Kingdom mine theme, among other similar notes. I always feel like I'm speaking in another language when I read off the developer diary notes, but you get the idea. This definitely supports my suspicions, and if you've seen one of my previous videos where I go through even more of the notes in the developer diaries, I did find a further note indicating that there would be a cutscene in the mines relating to an earthquake. I wonder if somehow this event is is linked to meeting or discovering the giants. Regardless of what ultimately transpires, I am so excited to uncover the mysteries of Coral Island. Well, that's all for today about the mines on Coral Island, but now it's time for your top comments. So these comments were left on my last video, which was about the diving mechanics in Coral Island. And Daryl Maniac said, "I'd love it if the merfolks gave us some kind of amulet that would allow us to breathe underwater, or even finding artifacts in underwater dungeons. They would increase our swimming speed or something." I think this is such a cool idea. There's even the artwork where Raphael and Alice, I believe, are wearing necklaces and they're like, they've turned into merfolk. So this would be really cool if that was an aspect of the game, so we could kind of turn into merfolk ourselves and be able to exist underwater if we choose to romance one of the merfolk, or if we could just even hold our breath longer or indefinitely. Yeah, increased swimming speed would be cool. I really love these ideas, so thank you for sharing that. Alex Larson said, "I wonder if for diving in the deeper depths, maybe we'll become one of the merfolk," playing off the concept art that had Raphael and Alice being merfolk. That's what I just said. I hadn't read these in advance, so yes, that's exactly what I think. So that would be very cool. I love it. And Marky Coon said, "We are so close to alpha. It is here now. It's here now. Oh my gosh." Also, I'm super excited for the diving mechanics. Definitely something I'm going to be doing a lot. And I think I will as well. I mean, I don't even know. I'll definitely be doing it a lot in the alpha because that's going to be one of the main things we have access to. But in the game as a whole, when it eventually comes out, I have no idea how to balance all of the exciting mechanics. I want to spend so much time mining in the caves. I want to spend so much time diving underwater. I want to spend so much time romancing NPCs and farming. Like, did we forget it's a farm sim? I think I did, because I also have crops to tend to. We'll see how it goes, because there's just so much to do in this game and I'm so excited. Thank you all so much for sharing your thoughts. Be sure to leave a comment down below and maybe you'll be featured in my next video. And of course, before I leave you today, let's take a look at today's amazing fan art. Today I wanted to share yet another one of Shaeyl's beautiful pieces of art because they're just so amazing. Look at this incredible artwork of Zara in the caverns. The gems and treasures in the background look so enticing, and the scuba chicken is so funny to me. I actually think it'd be really cool if there were levels of the mine that had this sort of underwater vibe, or imagine having caves underwater in the diving portion of the game. That would be so cool. As always, I will link Shaeyl's information in the description, and thank you so much for sharing your amazing artwork with us. Well, there you have it, friends. That was everything that we know so far about the mining mechanics in Coral Island. Let me know in the comments which crystal you would like to see in the game, and if you have any ideas for some cool creatures or monsters that we could encounter. I look forward to chatting with you as always in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, take care.